Howdy people, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in as per usual. Now guys, today I'm going to talk about 7 things I believe everybody should know about your average police officer. I feel like this is something that I must talk about because the average person, the average Jamaican see police officers as superhuman. Some of them don't even know how we eat food. They see us as a Swiss army knife. They believe that we can do anything and everything. But I'm here to tell you guys that that is not the case. And I mean, we are not Superman. But before we get into that, I'd appreciate if you guys drop a like on this video, subscribe if you are new here, and hit the bell icon if you want to get notified for future content. Average police officer is not a martial artist. They are not cage fighters or weightlifters. They can't disarm a suspect who has a knife or a machete or gun with their bare hands without having a significant chance of getting badly hurt or worst case scenario killed. It's not as simple as you see it in the movies. This is real life, not a Netflix series. And I mean, they can't fight off 2 or more attackers at the same time. They are going to have a hard time defeating even a single person who is 4 inches taller or 50 pounds heavier than them. Most police officers receive the state required minimum amount of training in defensive tactical techniques in the police academy, and that's it guys, nothing more. Now guys, your average police officer is not a sharpshooter or a sniper. Most police officers receive the required minimum amount of firearm training in the academy, and they are recertified once every year. So they can shoot the gun out of the gunman hand, or they don't have a very good chance of hitting an arm or a leg or a knee on a moving target. They are trained to shoot at center mass, the torso, right? The place where we call the belly and chest area, because that is the easiest target to hit. The bigger the target, the better chance. And that has a better chance of stopping an attack. Aiming for center mass also has a best chance of a shot not missing and hitting a innocent bystander, right? So don't stand there and critique the police and say that them never have to shoot for kill him, you know. Them could have just shoot the gun out time and or shot him in his foot and make him drop or something like that. We weren't trained to do that. And so if somehow something like that happens, it means that the police missed the target entirely. Your average police officer is not trigger happy or just walking around waiting for a chance or the opportunity to kill someone. No guys, 90% of police officers never pull their firearm at anyone or shoot anyone during their entire career. And some police officers' careers are as long as 30 to 40 years. And those that do shoot at somebody, most of those officers are involved in only one shooting throughout their entire career. So the narrative that police trigger happy or all they do is walk around and kill our poor people, that is false. Number 4. When a person pulls a knife, a machete, a gun on a police officer and puts them in imminent danger, said officer will usually respond with their firearm. They will not respond to a deadly weapon with a taser or a baton. That is a good way for the officer to be dead. The officer will probably fire more than 1 shot. He might even empty the magazine. And I mean, an attack on police officers only takes seconds. Split seconds at that. The officer cannot afford to fire 1 shot, stop and evaluate if that was effective, and then decide if another shot is needed. That is not practical out there in the field, and that is a good way for a police officer to end up dead. He may empty the magazine because of the physiological and psychological stress. It is a normal human response. And I mean, so you saying him never have to fire so much shot is neither here nor there. No civilian now go out there or put them chest in front of a bullet to save no Jamaican. So you won't know the tension, the stress, the anxiety, the perceived threat that a police officer have to go through. The average police officer is not a social worker or a psychologist. They cannot solve the world's problem. They can't solve your family's problem or your personal problems. Their job is to keep the peace and enforce the laws that society has directed them to enforce. You tell them to enforce. In some cases, they will have received the state minimum in how to handle people with mental problems, the mentally challenged, and other exceptional people. They may have also have good communication and problem solving skills, and they render their assistance as the situation dictates. But remember, they aren't the expert in these situations, right? Your average police officer, guys, they are human beings. They are neither saints or monsters. They have the same virtues and failings as any other human beings, to a greater or lesser degree. They feel fear, they feel hope, they feel love, and all the other human emotions. They must control their fear because they do not have the option to run from danger. They must confront danger on a daily basis and run towards it to keep you safe. They are the shield between you and them, right? So you have to understand them thing then. The main desire of every police officer is to be alive to go home to their families every single night and day, hopefully on earth. They have the right to self-defense and they will not let themselves be hurt or killed simply to satisfy the agenda of some civilians who expect the police to do the impossible without using any force while still enforcing the law. It is a pretty difficult job, and for an officer to do it properly, the public has to support their effort and help them to do it properly. I think people need to understand that as police officers, we would rather meet them in a respectful situation and not in confrontation. But of course, there will be a few bad apples out there. Not everyone should wear the uniform. But anyway, that's been it, guys. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. Be a part of the conversation and comment below what you guys think, and do you have anything you would like to add to this list. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.